This morning on the Sunrise Early News, courtroom grilling Matilda's superstar Sam Kerr left in tears after being accused of using whiteness as an insult. Queensland flood disaster, tired residents begin assessing the damage as more heavy rain is predicted for the weekend. Offer rejected, Laos authorities turned down help from Australian Federal Police over their methanol poisoning investigation. A Queensland retiree wakes up a multi-millionaire. Find out how he plans to spend his new fortune.
Live across Australia, this is Sunrise Early News.
Good morning. The families of two Australian teenagers who died from suspected methanol poisoning in Laos have been dealt a major setback, with local authorities rejecting an offer of help from the AFP with their investigation into the two young women's deaths.
I have to report, sadly, to the House that at this point the Laos authorities have not taken up that invitation. We will continue to press Laos to pursue this investigation.
Information from Laos about the investigation has been limited, the Foreign Minister assuring Australia is demanding answers. Queenslanders are bracing for more wet weather over the weekend as a rush of monsoonal winds is forecast to bring in heavy rain over the next 3 days. It brings fresh fears for more flash flooding, just as residents are starting to pick up the pieces from the floods which ravaged towns in the state's far north. A temporary bridge is also being constructed at Alera Creek to help bring critical aid and supplies to isolated areas from Townsville. Sydney commuters are bracing for more travel chaos as the rail union threatens more industrial action from next Wednesday. But Premier Chris Minns has assured the public that they won't be too greatly inconvenienced.
Advice is that the public won't be too badly inconvenienced. If that's not the case, then we'll pursue fair work action.
It comes after commuters faced close to a 5-hour delay during work bans last month. Victoria Police have arrested a man after the death of a person in Melbourne's south. Authorities discovered a critically injured man who had been rescued from a house fire in St Kilda yesterday morning. Despite attempts to rescue the victim, he died at the scene. The 30-year-old is currently in police custody and expected to be interviewed about the incident. Police have uncovered an underground drug operation in Sydney's west. They found a multi-million-dollar cannabis farm operating in multiple greenhouses across Leppington. 3 men aged 43, 39 and 36 were swiftly arrested as they tried to flee the scene.
On police arrival, 3 males had run from the property who were shortly detained by police. The plants are in a growth stage from babies to mature.
The seized plants are estimated to be worth just over $15 million. There are fears that a mother who was found dead inside her home in Mount Gambier with mysterious burnt items on her body was met with foul play. Rachel Moresi was described as a loving, kind and wonderfully fun woman, beloved by her friends, family and her cats. Those close to her say that her death is entirely unexpected. Police say it's too early to determine if her death is suspicious as they continue their investigation. Learn his fate next month after a jury found him guilty of intentionally mowing down tradie Mark Adams in a violent act of road rage. The incident occurred after a disagreement in a Dan Murphy's parking bay in Careen. Clinton McKenna got out of his car and beat the ute that Adams was in with a metal stick. Once he returned to his vehicle, he backed up and hit Adams while he bent down to save his dog. Mark Adams suffered serious injuries and was left for dead. McKenna could be looking at up to 20 years behind bars. As the federal election looms, cyber experts are sounding the alarm on deep fakes designed to deceive. Tonight, 7 News goes inside a high-tech cyber defence lab to see just how convincing and dangerous they've become.
You don't have to audition to be Mr. Bean. AI can cast you anyway. And if you can turn anyone into Rowan Atkinson, imagine what scammers can do.
It's a growing trend unfortunately.
7 News was invited inside this secret cyber defence lab in Sydney, where a team of specialists uses technology to see how online crooks try to fool us.
You've got to fight fire with fire. That's exactly what we do here.
From hacking passwords to fake text messages. They cover every scenario, including an alarming new trend.
Well, researchers here are using AI to test out scam tactics such as deepfakes, which show you just how easy it is for the bad guys to trick you online.
Whether it's Spider-Man or this man, deepfakes are getting better. It joins a long list of scams costing Aussies millions, with the top 3 in 2024 costing us more than $240 million. Well, the key advice?
Slow down online would be my first piece of advice. Please report it. If we don't know about it, it's hard for us to do anything about it.
With an election ahead, don't just question the candidates, question what you see.
An important reminder, never take things at face value. Sean White, 7 News.
Disturbing. Domestic violence offenders in Queensland could soon be forced to share their device passwords and have their movements closely monitored. It's part of a sweep of changes being proposed by the state's police union. Under the proposal, repeat offenders would be banned from using online dating apps and appearing in nightclubs. Police officers could also be given the power to use rapid response video calls if perpetrators have left the scene and the victims aren't at risk. Officers respond to around 200,000 domestic violence call-outs every year in Queensland. The AFL has frozen the price of its tickets for the 7th season in a row. General admission tickets will remain at $27 for adults, $18 for concession, $5 for juniors aged 14 and under, and children under 5 still get in for free, while a family ticket for 4 costs $54. Now, it's hoped that the move can help fans struggling with the cost of living crisis. A recent retiree in Queensland has woken up a multi-millionaire. The man is the only person to have drawn the winning numbers, taking home the total $60 million Powerball jackpot. The dad plans to use his newfound fortune to help support his family and a close friend. But he'll also purchase a vintage car in honour of his mum. The victory comes just days after a Western Sydney woman won $100 million in the Oz Lotto draw. And checking Friday's weather now, a possible shower in Brisbane with a top of 30 degrees, sunny in Sydney 30, a shower or two, a possible storm in Canberra with a top of 34 degrees. In Hobart today, a possible shower for you as well with a top of 21. In Adelaide, a sunny day ahead, a lovely top of 30 degrees, mostly sunny in Perth 36, and rain, a possible storm in Darwin with a top of 31 degrees today. Coming up on Sunrise this morning, Matilda's star Sam Kerr faces a grilling in court over controversial comments made to a police officer. And a legendary Aussie band is being celebrated with a special edition stamp collection.